Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Midori's Midnight Sessions, Season 3! I know, I haven't done this in a hot minute, and I mean, there's just so much stuff that's been going on, and I haven't really, done anything. And yeah, I mean, it's been a really, really tough year. And as you've probably heard in the previous episodes, we have taken a lot of hits, and yeah, my best friend blocked me again. And I was thinking yeah, I've been wanting to go for a while to school to sort things out, somehow make amends, but number one, I don't have money to do that. My mom's not here, and for the most part, I've been doing the cooking here because I'm the one who's pretty proficient at cooking things, and yeah, that's been a lot of my story lately. And I watch ER, so there's that. And I would say this particular timeline for me has been pretty uneventful. Aside from a very few, and I mean far between, W's. One of them was in our season premiere of this podcast, and I think to myself I want to start already. When I was I've been thinking of rewriting, continuing my thesis for a while. Really for a while. I just knew that I wouldn't be able to graduate. And I fully accepted that, I knew for a fact that I wasn't gonna be ready by the time graduation rolls around. I mean, graduation this semester, graduation this year, rather, rolls around, and I think, okay, I really need, some time, a little while, to just take a break. Because I have been just virtually nonstop throughout, 2023 up until this year. Because, we had the seminar and the documentary and the projects and a whole lot of events that we have basically no control over. There's just a lot of stuff. It's like being dumped into my brain. And I was having an information overload, if you would say that. It's been really tough. It's just been an awful time to, feel like winning or something. Because the concept of winning is it's such a triumphant gesture, it's such a triumphant feeling to have, and I didn't have much of that feeling. I mean, sure, I did have the nomination, and I did have the performance, and I did have meeting my fan, which was absolutely crazy. And I mean, again, it's just very few and far between, and I knew I knew for a fact that even if I was to graduate this year, I wouldn't be ready anyway. I just know it's not my time yet, and I just have to accept it. And I mean, compared to last year, where I see my classmates graduating, I think I'm feeling a little better about this whole situation. Actually, the other day, if I remember correctly, it was the other day, and I did not attend the exercise, the orientation thingy, cause I wasn't graduating this year. I did have my name on the application list, but I'm not graduating because I haven't completed my thesis yet and my narrative. So it's two major projects that I have to complete. Compared to like my struggles from last year, this was nothing. I was like, oh yeah, I could take a lot more L's. Joke's on me. I could not. Like, arguing with my best friend was like the last straw. Or rather, Sui's resignation was the last straw. And I was just like, I can't take any more L's. Like, I lost my technical critic, who was there since the very, very, very beginning. Like, he was the one that I did not change. That I did not have the time to change. Because stuff. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, but it's like really the sensitivity of the case, the gravity of the situation that made me change my thesis advisor, if you remember from our season 2 premiere. And I was just like, I can't believe that I've just had to struggle a lot this year, and I'm just like, how much am I supposed to take, right? Like, sure you can take the L's, like you know, a champ. You can take it in stride, don't mind it. We're gonna be, you know, like, we're gonna do great nonetheless. But there's just, I was thinking this to myself when I was like arguing with my best friend. I was just like, you know what? There is a limit to how much you can tolerate as a person. There's just so much that you can take on, so much stuff that you have to process until you lose it. And yeah, that's what I did. I lost it. If you remember last week, I just lost it, people. And I feel apologetic for that. I'm not even gonna lie. I feel really apologetic for that. But again, there is just so much that you can tolerate. There's just so much that, you know, you can really like try to make sense of. And when the limit approaches, it's really gonna make you lose a lot of like the temper that you have. Because I never really lost myself. I'm not one to absolutely raise my voice. I would raise it only when I have to. And I just was really feeling like a lot of the, like, I was just really feeling like I didn't have anyone on my side. And that's the hard part. And especially, as you are very, very much well aware of, I'm doing this thesis by myself. And the narrative report's also an individual project. So just make sense of it. Like, how much can one make sense of things that, you know, they just have no control over. And it's hard to think of all the things that you have to try to understand, when in fact there's just so much you can understand. There's just like you can't. I was thinking I can't understand anymore. Like I really lost it. And considering that I just had so much awful stuff to deal with this year alone, I think you understand why, if you saw the past few episodes, actually, if you saw the entirety of season 2 and the first few episodes of season 3, you would understand just how much shit that I had to take on. And I'm just like, no, I can't do this anymore. It, it's just, it's just too much. It's really consuming you, and it's making you this awful, awful person when you're not. It's just that you are a person. You're human. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to be a saint and just like take all the beating from everyone else, right? That's not how we do it, and I think it really. This whole thing showed that I am human. I feel things, and I have very much a limit to what I feel, and I do plan on making amends, but he blocked me. And I was thinking like, oh, okay, I'ma go personal and I'ma talk it out with him. I just don't have time to do it yet, but I will. I definitely will, because there are some things that we need to sort out. But initially I was so scared to do it, cause I was thinking like, oh, um what if he was angry with me? Um what if he's like such a bitch towards me? Like, but all I saw from like the very, very few times that I did visit school was that he's busy, and he's awfully busy, and he's awfully busy. And I'm like, I remember him saying, and this was like during when he said to me that he was gonna make his thesis. He said to me, we're gonna make time. And I was just like, I kept asking him, are you busy? Are you free to talk? And he says, oh, sorry, I'm busy. Oh, I'm like, are you busy? And like, yeah. And I'm just like, and there was this one particular time, I think I talked about it in episode 2, where we were about to have a meeting for our award show, post award show. They did acknowledge me there, by the way. And I was like, just not in the mood to like really talk to people. I just was I was just listening to music. I had my earphones on, and I was gonna ask him like, hey, please unblock me on Facebook Messenger so that we can chat again and stuff. And then like my classmate, as he was about to go in, my classmate asked him if he could fix like the title page or something. I remember it was like a page for their thesis, and I just look at them. Not again. And I just look at them. And I just felt really sad. Like, how the hell can she do that and I can't? I try so hard, but like, I try so hard to like, to talk to him, to, like, make it feel the same way again. To go back to the friendship that we used to have. All I could do then was just shed a tear. I literally shed a single tear. And good thing my hair is long. Like, my hair has grown out since last year. And it's just... And my hair's thick, if you remember. My hair's thick. It's wavy as hell. And so I was bowing down my head. I bowed down my head and I literally shed like a single tear. A tear or two, I would say. And I could never forget. Like, you can remember what they do. I mean, you can't remember what they do, but they will remember how you made them feel. And I was feeling really shit that time. Okay, I'm jealous, okay. But that's because I let him do his thing, you know? I supported him in ways that I think was totally unprecedented. I really was all out supporting him, and he said to me, like, in our final chat, like, we're okay. I'm like, are we? And that was the question that I said in last week's episode. It was just like, are we? Because I'm kind of questioning it. Like, I was thinking, like, I get it, man, you're busy, but, like, can you just spare at least 5 minutes to talk to me? 5! That's all I need! I'm not coming back until, like, I have my narrative report. Right? Like, all I need is 5 minutes. And I will not have any more stuff to bring to you other than food, I guess. But again, it's just that I felt like I was taking on so much stuff that I can't just like be an angel. Take it with grace. I'm just like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. But like, I'm also way too kind for that, you know? I just think like, oh yeah. How the hell am I supposed to believe what you're saying right now? I'm taking so much heat. The Jornsem was like another way to like, you know, I've been taking a lot of heat from the journalism seminar. And I preferred being a low-key person, even though I'm very much not a low-key person. And, you know, like, and especially like in the last few months, I've been taking a lot of L's. Yuri died. And then Asusa resigned. And then Sui/Ami resigned. I mean, Asusa took early retirement, rather. And then Sui resigned. That's like half of my entire team. Like, that's like the technical critic plus 2 panelists. So I just have 1 panelist left and my thesis advisor. And he was like, oh, you're gonna graduate next sem. Let's claim it. And I'm also gonna choose a technical critic for you. And I'm like, you don't even understand. You don't even understand how much shit I have been like It is just L after L after L after L. And you're like, oh, you're gonna graduate. Like, I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm trying to be hopeful, but this is not just the time to do it. You know, like, I really, really try. I really try my best to keep my hopes up, to, you know, just see the light at the end of the tunnel, but this was just not it. And I knew it from the bottom of my heart. I mean, I've accepted that I wasn't gonna graduate a long time ago. And I really want to work hard, and I really don't want to be an asshole, you know, making my way through it. I really want to try my best. I will have to do whatever I want. I will do everything in my power to make every single time, every single day of my college life count. Because I wasn't able to do much of it during my high school life, and this was the time that I thought, yes, we're gonna try so hard to get this degree, and I'm not going to cut corners. I'm not going to half-ass my way through it. I will pour everything that I have into this. But again, I just can't feel like the hope is lost. All hope's lost. And as much as I don't want to admit it, it really is not my time yet. It's such a shitty thing to admit. I'm not even gonna lie. But I just am literally on the verge of giving up. I love my thesis, but until when? I'm alone. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm alone, girl. How much do I have to remind myself that I'm alone? I mean, Yayoi lets me do my own thing, which is kind of good, but at the same time, I'm just like, yeah. Yeah. And I confide in him because he's... I feel like I could trust him, you know? And I've entrusted him with a lot of my stuff, like from the story of how this whole thesis came to be, my innermost bullshit, you know. Because again, there is just that inescapable feeling of loneliness. And it's not because I prefer to do things on my own. It's really just, I mean, I can work with a team well. It's just that this thesis is such a personal journey, but I mean, I think to myself, like, I don't have to do it alone, right? I don't have to do it alone, but at this point, I feel like I'd rather do it alone. It's been incredibly shit, you know? Like, just from the very beginning of this thesis, I have struggled so much. And I want to come out of this a better person. You know, like, I don't want to come out of this healed because healing's a lifelong process, and healing from such a deep, I wouldn't say unresolved, but healing from such a deep, emotionally draining, traumatic experience is gonna take a long time. I swear to God. It will just drain you like it's doing to me right now. Like, I haven't really done anything with my thesis and my narrative. And you know the reason why, if you're even listening to this podcast. Yeah. And I know it's hard, but I just hope that at the end of this, we could finally have a W coming our way. And I'm really, 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 really hoping that at this point, because at this point, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this at all. I don't know if I even have somebody behind my back supporting me, you know. I know they do, but where the hell is that support? Where are they when I need them the most? They're nowhere to be found, but I mean, it sure is, you know, it sure is a tricky situation to joke about, but unfortunately, that's where we are. That's where we are, you know? Can't really say that I would like to stop. I wish I could stop, but I guess that's just a way to cope with the losses that I have to take this year. And I really do hope that at the end of this whole thing, we could finally savor the moment of what it feels to finally fucking win for once. And that is it for this week's episode of Midori's Midnight Sessions. I just want to thank you all for the love and support that you've given this podcast, and let's keep this going. And I'll see you in the next one.